Hey entrepreneurs, I'm Jess Loren. We are live here at the Fun Conference in Chicago. Woo! I am standing here in the expo hall with Curt Dalton. He is the CEO of Cannabis.net, and we are talking about the Facebook of weed. So tell us all about Cannabis.net, and then also why you're here at Fun Conference.
Well, first of all, we are building out the #1 internet portal for anything cannabis and marijuana based. So we're a full mapping system for doctors, dispensaries, lawyers, cannabis businesses, as well as a full social network, which people have called us the Facebook of weed already, as well as a full blogging platform. We have writers from around the world literally writing every day about medical usage, funny articles, things that the laws are changing around the world. So really we want to become that one-stop place for anything to do with medical or recreational cannabis marijuana. And when the time comes and the laws change, we are a custom-built system to become the Amazon of weed, where we hope to be drop shipping and be able to sell weed when it's legal.
Oh, interesting. So how did you come up with this idea? When did you get started? Kind of give me some of your entrepreneur journey.
Exactly. Well, I've been on the internet space for about 20, 25 years now and dealing with traffic. So when the URL came for sale, we knew how powerful an exact match domain with Google can be. And in this niche right now, due to the fact that cannabis is considered a Class 1 drug with a DEA, you cannot buy advertising. So it becomes a game of SEO ranking as well as driving traffic. So we tend to do a lot of advocacy and awareness articles. So anything ranging from PTSD, autism, cancer, Alzheimer's, ADHD, those articles tend to resonate really well with users around the world. And because it's restricted to different people around the world, people want information. You know, if you have a son or a daughter with autism and you see someone has it working in Georgia, how do you get that same oil in, say, Turkey or in France?
So you're here at Fun Conference. Are you guys looking for funding? Are you just looking to expo? Are you just seeing temperament of the investors with your product here? What are you here for today?
Yep. We're here for funding. We're in a Series A round, so that we feel that in November, if President Clinton gets in, she said she's going to reschedule the drug to what's called a Class 2, which means it has medical benefits, it can cross state lines, it can be prescribed, and the U.S. government can do research on it. And we think coming into November, there's 8 more states voting on it in the United States, that we could really ramp up on traffic and be ready for when the wall comes down to be the #1 player in the space.
Interesting. So you were showing me the platform a little bit earlier, so why don't we show it off a little bit here. So again, it's Cannabis.net. And so what am I looking at here?
This right here is our mapping system. Right now we're in Denver, and where we show you any doctors, lawyers, dispensaries, cannabis businesses just in the Denver area. We also have...
There's quite a concentration in the Denver area.
It was obviously a big spot. Our social network is also gaining traction, about 10,000 new users a month. And the reason the social network is so interesting right now is, one, Facebook does not want that kind of traffic. They'll literally take a dispensary off for people that post. And number two, the world isn't just ready yet if you're working for the government or a bank to say, hey, I just smoked up last night, or I'm taking it for my back. So there's actually needs to be an outlet for people to share stories about their kids, talk about oil, talk about usage that maybe isn't quite in the everybody, my mom's my friend on Facebook, my aunts are my friend. I don't really want to spread that around just yet. In maybe a year or two, we'll get to the point where it's okay. And the blogging platform, like I said, is great because of the exact match domain. Google gives us a lot of authority. So when we publish an article on cancer or on what the research is right now with ADHD, instead of using, say, Adderall, using cannabis, it ranks really well. And obviously it's a shareable type content where moms groups, things like that, parent groups will share with each other and really make it viral.
Interesting. So it's definitely a hot topic, especially within the political scene right now. Have you run into any issues, trying to get your business started within the community, or has it all been positive? And what's been the temperament around your business?
So I would say to anyone who's looking to invest in the niche, the first thing you need to decide if you're going to touch the flower, it's called, or not touch the flower. So we will not be touching the flower here. And what that means is if you're going to invest and be involved in what's called the green rush or the ganjapreneurs,
Ganjapreneurs, okay.
That's the next segment, by the way, is that if you touch the flower, you're a dispensary, you make edibles, extracts. There's a lot of restrictions, federal, state, banking. It risk reward in the investment, but it's a lot difficult. We are a pure tech play. We are a traffic play, advertising, selling listings to dispensaries, that kind of thing. So it's a really clean way, without the risks, to get into this niche, be involved with it, see it grow. Because outside of the U.S., the entire world calls it cannabis. Marijuana is a U.S.-based term. So
that's interesting. I didn't know that. Marijuana is a U.S.-based term. The rest of the world calls it cannabis.
Right. It's actually a Hispanic-based term that the U.S. government demonized during Reefer Madness in the 30s to get prohibition passed. So when the U.S. makes their final cannabis/marijuana laws, France will come online, New Zealand, England, Germany. They're going to follow suit, but they call it cannabis or cannabis. So it's all, when that search volume goes up and those millions of people type in, what is cannabis? Can it help me? I have arthritis.
So they're coming to your site.
Exactly. That's how we hope to write.
So you're saying is if there's investors out there on the network, they're looking to not touch the flower. Exactly. You're the investment for them.
Exactly. We're the pure play, a web traffic tech play, as opposed to getting involved with which dispensary should I buy? Which edible company is going to make it? I couldn't tell you that. I mean, there's so much competition. Who has the budget? Who has the marketing people? But we do know how Google works. We know how traffic works, and he who has the traffic makes the rules.
The rules. All right, we are live here at Fun Conference. Thank you so much, Curt.
Thank you
for being here. Check out cannabis.net, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, entrepreneurs.